Welcome to the True Man Podcast. This is an invitation to radical reconstruction of a man's masculine heart and soul in a place of safe community where we dare to ask questions deep seated inside a man and explore ways to help you become a better man, a better son, a better dad, and a better spouse. Well, welcome to today's show. I had to laugh as I was starting to record this. It's amazing what happens and how well you can hear when you put your hearing aids in. Oh my goodness. Last week I forgot, and believe it or not, I recorded a whole show without my hearing aids in. Pretty amazing what these little doodads will do for your ears and your hearing. Man, if you're suffering from hearing loss, don't be that guy that puts it off. Go take care of business. Go see a doctor today and make sure you get your hearing taken care of. It'll make a huge difference in your life. No, I was not paid for that little advertisement there. I just thought I'd throw it out there. Well, thank you again for being here with me on the True Man podcast. And see, what you just heard there was a little bit of passion behind hearing aids and hearing better and being a man that's willing to put down his pride and go take care of their health. Now, strangely enough, that's what today's podcast is about. No, not hearing, passion. Passion. We need to talk about passion. And as usual, and I'm going to give some credit here to my Friday Misfits men's group. You guys, I'll tell you what, the amount of topics that come out of that group that get me fired up. And I think that it comes from that passion, that fire in the belly, right? Because there comes a time in every man's life when he asks himself a fundamental question. And I think some of these questions that come up can be very well served in men's groups, and it allows you to explore a lot of different things. But that question is, am I truly living with passion and purpose, or am I simply going through the motions of life? Is that you? You know, we talk about passion in the context of sports a lot of times, don't we? Our favorite teams and things that fire us up. I mean, it is easy to get up for the big game, isn't it? I mean, all of a sudden, you know, your veins are popping out of your head, you're yelling at the top of your lungs, and your passion has never been higher in that moment. Man, can we get behind our favorite teams and things that fire us up, can't we? But let's be real. Are we applying that same level of intensity to our families, our work, and our calling as men of faith? Really think about that. You know, I've explored this as I thought about this topic. And this topic came to me because, you know, you guys over the last couple of weeks may have heard about the USA hockey match that was taking place. And of course, the first one was in Canada, and the Canadian crowd booed the United States, and the United States men decided to put down their gloves and get in a little scuffle, as they sometimes do in hockey. And then they had a rematch back in Boston, and I turned on and I started listening to the start of that broadcast, and they brought up the 1980 U.S. hockey team, and they showed a clip from the movie Miracle and compared it to this rematch with Canada. And I got to say, in the moment, I was fired up, baby. I was ready to go. I don't play hockey. You could have put a jersey on me, and I would have been flying around the ice. And then I started thinking, do I imply that same intensity to all areas of my life? And I got to say, if I'm being honest, no, I don't. Which led me to say, hey, let's explore this on the True Man podcast. Let's talk about it. So after this is over today, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Is talking about passion in the way that I'm about to talk about it, you know, how's it affecting your life? So let's take a hard look here at passion. Are we guided or misguided by our passions? Passion, when it is aligned with vision and belief, can change the world. 100%. But passion without purpose, without discipline, without something greater than ourselves to anchor it, man, it can become reckless, can it? I mean, how many passionate people have you showed up at a game at a few too many Kool-Aids and get out of control? You know, passion can drive us to anger, the selfish pursuits, to the kind of short term gratification that can leave us feeling empty rather than fulfilled. Now, Jesus Christ was the most passionate man to ever walk this earth. Wouldn't you agree? He didn't just talk about love, healing, and truth. He lived it with every fiber of his being. He didn't hesitate. He didn't procrastinate. He prayed with an incredible level of intensity. He healed with authority. And he walked a path that ultimately led to the cross. Now, that, my friends, is passion driven by vision and belief. Jesus believed so strongly in his mission that he was willing to give up everything, his time, his energy, his very life, to see it fulfilled for you and me. So I ask you today, where is your passion directed? Are you as fired up about your family's future as you are about your fantasy football league? Do you put the same level of intensity into your work, your relationships, and your goals as you do into arguing politics or debating sports scores? Or have you settled for a life where passion is only ignited when you're frustrated, angry, or entertained? Now, the world is filled with men who are passionate about the wrong things. Plenty of those dudes walking around. It's easy to get caught up in distractions, money, power, status. But if those things aren't tied to something greater, they lead nowhere. And you could be the most passionate man in the world, but if you're running in the wrong direction, you're still lost. Jesus' passion was grounded in vision and belief. He didn't heal just to impress people. He didn't preach just to be heard. Every action, every miracle, every word he spoke was driven by a vision to transform lives and bring people closer to God. His belief was unshakable. Is yours? He knew his purpose and he followed it with everything he had. Do you do that? I know I've wavered from time to time. Ask yourself this. What is your vision? What is the belief that fuels your passion? Are you building for something that lasts, or are you chasing things that will fade? Now, when you align passion and vision and belief, you unlock something powerful, something that can change not only your life, but the lives of those around you. Think about the ripple effect of one man living with true conviction. A father who's passionate about leading his family well, raises sons and daughters who understand integrity. He raises daughters who know their worth, and a wife who feels cherished, loved, and supported. Now, a businessman who approaches his work with vision and passion doesn't just make money, he builds something meaningful. He inspires others, and he leaves a legacy. Now, you have a story. You have something to offer this world. No one else can. But if you don't believe that, if you don't see the impact that you could have, then your passion will remain idle, wasted on things that don't matter. I feel comfortable in saying the day you die, you're not going to care about your fantasy football team. Now, when we talk about passion, we need to look at the ultimate example again, the passion of Christ. Jesus' life, death, and resurrection was driven by a single unwavering purpose: to save humanity. He didn't see the cross as impossible. He didn't waver in his belief. He knew his mission, and he pursued it with every fiber of his being. Now, think about that in your own life. What are you pursuing? Do you believe in something so strongly that you're willing to sacrifice for it? Or are you settling for comfort, for distractions, and mediocrity? You know, his passion wasn't just about what he could accomplish. It was about what he could give. And that's where we as men often get it wrong. The world tells us passion is about what we can get: money, success, power. But real passion, the kind that changes the world, well, it's about what we can give. It's about creating a ripple effect of generosity, leadership, and transformation so you can go out and impact the world. So, how do you develop a passion that changes lives? One, get clear on your vision. What do you believe in? What do you stand for? If you don't know, start by seeking God's guidance. Get in the Word, pray, reflect on what truly matters, and do it with passion. Jesus did. Two, align your passion with a greater purpose. Passion without direction is chaos, friends, and you know you're living in it a lot. I've experienced it. I know. Find a way to channel your energy into something meaningful, whether it's leading your family, serving in your community, or excelling in your work. And be enthusiastic about all those things. Three, commit to discipline. Passion alone isn't enough, man. Jesus didn't just feel passionate, he took action. It's written throughout the gospel. Every day he made a choice that aligned with his purpose. Passion without discipline fades. If you want to build something that lasts, you need consistency, effort, and a commitment to growth. Four, surround yourself with other passionate men. You are the sum of the people you spend the most time with. If you're around men who lack vision, who waste their energy on distractions, you'll find yourself doing the same doggone thing. Find brothers who will challenge you, who push you to be better, who live with conviction. Because if you're around those people, you will live a life of conviction. And embrace the challenge to all this. You know, passion doesn't mean things are going to be easy. Jesus' path was not easy, but it was worth it. If you're chasing something worthwhile, expect obstacles, expect resistance, but don't back down. Let the fire of your passion burn brighter in the face of adversity. Now, at the end of the day, the choice is yours. You can live with passion and conviction. You could be a man who knows his purpose, or you can settle for a life of misplaced energy and missed opportunities. Now, you can let your passion be guided by vision and belief, or you can let it squander on distractions and frustrations. Now, Jesus' passion led him to the cross, but it also led to the greatest victory in history. And that's something to get fired up about, friends. What will your passion lead to? Will it lead to a life that inspires, a legacy that lasts? and a faith that transforms those around you, or will it lead to nothing more than wasted potential? Man, I know you have a fire inside you, and God put it there for a reason. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Let's be the men who live with purpose. Let's be men who channel our passion into something greater than ourselves. Let's be men who create a ripple effect of giving, of leading, of building something that lasts, because that is what we're made for. So I want to encourage you to go out and live with passion, vision, and belief and change the world one life at a time, starting with your own. Woo! Fired up today, baby. Can you feel the passion? I love this subject matter. And I really feel like it's about living a life of enthusiasm and passion for what's ahead. We have to have a vision and a belief in our lives, or we're just wandering aimlessly in a chaotic state. And I see so many people doing that. If that's you right now and you want to talk about it, reach out to me. I always offer a free initial call, Mike at truemanlifecoaching.com. Reach out to me. Happy to talk with you. I'm happy to see where your passions in life are and where they can lead to. Let's go out and make a difference in the world together. What do you say? Hey, if you enjoyed today's show, please leave me a great podcast review on one of your favorite podcast channels. And one of the best things you can do, I believe, is share this with a friend who needs to hear this message. So just grab your phone right now and send somebody a text. Just share it with somebody and shoot this off to a friend who needs to hear a message about passion and becoming a true man in their life. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the True Man Podcast. I hope it fired you up. I hope it put the fire in your belly to develop a passion in your life. Until next week, go out and make this your very, very best, most passionate day ever. God bless you.